It's WDHA's Reconnect with Rockers. You know, I wish I could just give you a big hug.
I know. All we have is at this point, all we have is the hug emoji, which is like a weird guy with hands like this.
Yeah,
and I never knew until recently that was the hug emoji. I thought it was just a guy going like this or something.
Yeah, I'm not good with emojis. Someone will post something sad, and I think I'm posting the sad face, but it's really like a dancing thing, and I'm just like, I'm not good with that. So I try to stay away from the emojis. I never quite get it right. Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Deadman joining us on WDHA's Reconnect with Rockers. We are doing a Reconnect with Rockers series for a couple of reasons. And we were talking a little bit before we got rolling here. Jersey has been really having such a tough time with COVID-19. Our listeners have been going through so much. And the thing that they've been telling me a lot on air is that they want a little bit of a sense of normalcy, something that they love. The music is definitely something that they feel connected to, and it's very healing for them. So somebody said, TC, you know, we love DHA because you guys always have people in the studio. We're invited to come in. It's such a station that we feel that we have, you know, that connection to. So I thought we've got to do something for our listeners. And then our rock community friends who want to stay connected with the fans in Jersey. You guys have always had such a huge following in New Jersey. So I'm so happy you're on Reconnect with Rockers. We connected back in January when Sin came out. And
New York,
talking about the record and everything. And then not long after that, we had you on our Rock the Rock Fest, which of course, you know, not happening this week, unfortunately. So I thought it'd be perfect to get you on this week. And then boom, you know, everything kind of changed. So I'm going to ask you a question I've been asking a lot of artists. At a time of crisis for you, creativity or more reflection for you? Because, you know, people have been giving me kind of different answers.
Creativity, but not in the music sense. I think I've been finding a lot of home projects to do. I'm not very creative. I did send a text to the band a couple days ago saying, hey, you know what? We could start working on some new stuff. Might as well. And Joe, our drummer, was like, oh, shoot, because we just released a record January 31st. So it's kind of almost like, really? But you know, for us, you know, we just love to tour. We're supposed to be on tour right now, like you said. So I'm not very creative right now, but I feel very shortly I will, because if we can't tour, then I just will get back in the studio and start making new songs.
And you are the songwriter. I mean, you're the storyteller. You're the songwriting guy now. I view you as somebody who just must have an arsenal of lots and lots and lots of songs, and your songwriting has evolved so much. One of your favorite tunes on this collection, if not your favorite tune, you told me back in January, was the single that we have now, which I think is World Keeps Spinning, which is really reflective of the times right now. I mean, you listen to some of those words and you're talking about missing people, and it's almost like a song that there is a sense of loss, really.
Yeah, it's almost spooky, the timing of the song. It wasn't strategized that way, but yeah, because we discussed it back in January. We'd already, I think at that point, we were going to go shoot the music video for this song, which is out. You can go see it. It's out already. So yeah, early on, we liked that song. It was my favorite song on the record, so I'm glad that it's gonna see the light of day. But yeah, there's some eeriness to it of how similar it is to what's happening with everybody, how alone a lot of us feel, the anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety the first couple of weeks. Like, I was just like, I don't know what to do with myself because I felt trapped. We all probably did, I'm sure. So the song definitely, I think, is a lot of people are going to hear it and react to it.
And what I loved what you guys did too, you were one of the first bands that decided to do a little bit of performance videos for people. So you guys did History of Violence and World Keeps Spinning, and it was you that put out just, hey, here's me, here's the guitar. Nobody's really seeing live shows or acoustic performances or anything right now. And you did these, I mean, they were stunning versions of those songs too. I mean, they were really, yeah, you felt them right. Felt them right here. Great versions of those songs.
Well, thanks. I mean, yeah, it's the least we can do at this point. I mean, I think that there's some bands that they're doing like the Zoom full performances. I think I have mentioned the band that we should see if that's possible to do. I'm not sure. It seems that somebody's always got bad internet reception. Dave, the guitar player, just went through a tornado. He lives in Chattanooga, and he just got power after 8 days of no power.
Wow,
Like, man,
8 days of no power? Oh my
yeah.
God.
So it
Crazy.
just couldn't get any worse. So it's like, so he was unfortunately not be. He was like, he was charging his phone by running his car and charging his phone in his car. And I'm like, so I doubt Dave will be doing any interviews or performances soon. But the power's back on, so he's all good now. So no excuses.
Man. Oh man. But, you know,
Yeah.
it is odd. I mean, it's become such a new normal for people. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, do you do Zoom performances? We're doing, you know, I've never done Zoom interviews before. We've always had people in studio, or we go out on location to hang out with you guys on tour. And
Yeah.
so it's a whole different world for people. And I think it took everybody a little bit of time to get their footing, because we had to figure out how to get the things done that we wanted to get done. And, you know, it's strange, even when people want to help. You know, we have people in our community that want to help people, but it's not like the days of you just get there, you roll your sleeves up, and you go out and you do the things that you can do. It's a whole different way. And it really was sort of thrust upon us overnight. Nobody had any time to prepare, and nobody realized that this was coming. So it's been really interesting to see the way that people have decided to, you know, make those connections. I think it's taught us something about how important, you know, the human connection is, and you don't really know how much you miss it until you don't really have it anymore.
Yeah, it also shows how fast we can shift, right? We all were pretty quick on being able to adapt so quickly, you know. It also shows, like, you know, how good we are as humans to be able to do that. You know, we'll always find a way. Well, we'll figure it out. I think that's one kind of point of positivity, is like when you get frustrated, it's like, we'll figure it out. It'll all be good, because it is. And, you know, I asked that same question when we started doing stuff like this. I said, you know, it's interesting we haven't done this before. How can we ever do it? We could be connected to all around the world, like, and it's interesting. But you know what? It's sad it took this to get this to happen, but I could see this happening in the future. You know, maybe I could go meet you I could go to my animal shelter, and you could be at your animal shelter, and then we could maybe hold some cats and puppies up.
Oh, that would be nice. Well, I had a whole litter of puppies we were going to bring out to the show, and they had the names of the bands, and we had a really cute one that was named Connolly. After
oh, really? Oh,
we were gonna just, you know, how we had like a Lizzie, you know, the shelter already had a Tyler, so we went with Connolly for you. We had a Brenner for Dave.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, we had a really cool litter, but we'll be able to do something like that in the future for sure. I wanted to ask you a fun question too, because I thought about it last night, and I thought, what was Tyler like as a kid? And I was like, I should ask him that, because I can't picture you as a kid. You always probably look like a 7-year-old kid. You would probably look like a man already, like you look the same. Did you look the same? I can't picture you as a kid.
No, I was, you know, I was always small. I was very small as a kid. I was smaller than everybody else.
What?
And then I just grew one summer. I grew like a foot or something. And then all my friends were like, what? But as a kid, I was a huge spaz. I was the biggest spaz. My mom would not allow me any stores that had anything breakable. I had to wait outside. I was one of the, you know, when you see kids with like leashes, I had a leash when I was a kid.
You really?
Yeah.
You were a leash kid?
There's a famous embarrassing story where we were on vacation. My parents tied me to a tree.
Is that true?
Because it's true, because I would just run into the lake and keep walking down underwater to see how far I could go.
And
my parents tied me to a tree so I wouldn't stop running into the water.
I think what gave me the idea is I came across this article. I guess it was in Forbes, maybe. I think it was Forbes. And they talked to all the rock community about favorite songwriters and favorite albums.
Yeah. Went
down the list. I found it so interesting. And boom, there you were. And you talked about Peter Gabriel's So, which I was a little bit surprised by that. I mean, it's such a dynamite album. And, you know, there's so many great tunes on it that everybody knows. You know, it was the one that kind of pushed him over the edge. You get Sledgehammer and Big Time and In Your Eyes. what was it about that record that made such a connection with you as a songwriter?
I don't know. I think it was just, he also had this kind of, this world beat kind of thing. He had a lot of kind of like tribal stuff going on. And I don't know, it's interesting how you get connected to songs. It's always just something about a certain time. I think it was nostalgia. I think it just takes me back to my childhood. Because I remember that movie, Say Anything, you know, or what's his face holds the ghetto blaster up over his head.
My God, any woman would be like,
yeah,
come
outside
back.
the girl's window.
Yeah, Lloyd Dobler. Yeah. Lloyd Dobler held the boombox out for Diane Cord. I love that movie.
Her father wouldn't allow them to date or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, it just brings me back, I guess, to that time. I think I love Peter Gabriel even more. I went and saw him when he was performing here at the Hollywood Bowl, and John Cusack, when he played In Your Eyes, John Cusack actually came out and held up a ghetto blaster. Wow. And I was just like, what? It was so amazing. And I think it's just nostalgia. And then, so I'll go for walks and I'll just listen to something from the 80s that brings me back to those, I guess, for me, when I was a kid, just in a different time when everything was just, there was no worries, maybe.
Yeah. And we were discovering music too. You know, we were discovering music not only with the ears, but visually, you know, because MTV was such a big medium at that time. And they, you know, Peter Gabriel's videos were just groundbreaking and incredible. I mean, the visual was it was just designed for somebody like him. But that's such a dynamite record. Red Rain is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah, that's my favorite,
Yeah, that's just awesome. And I was also reading something interesting that you said, and I thought it was pretty profound, where you said, you know, for me now, the definition of success is very different. It has changed. And you kind of talked about it's more for you about just like being personally a happy person, as opposed to, I mean, because you've been a radio band, you guys have had how many, you know, #1 singles on radio? It's been like tune after tune after tune. And, but you said now it's not necessarily about all of that stuff. It's just me basically now being happy.
Yeah, because it's just like this nonstop machine of years of being on the road. And in the beginning, it starts at maybe like just having your song on the radio. And then it's like selling out your hometown place, you know, and then it's like doing a show somewhere, like, oh, we got to go and play a show in Paris or something. And after a while you realize that you realize your whole life is just like these lists of things to do, and after 20 years you're like, you know what, like I just want to be able to not have any more of those and just be happy all the time and be, I guess, content with not success, but with more personal goals, and be able to wake up every morning and say, man, my life is great, but not because I have a #1 single or something. I think sometimes those can affect us in the wrong way. You know what I mean? So I think it's just you get older, you get a little wiser, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You hope so.
I don't know.
God, you hope so. You hope you're still not that, you know, that same person. There's a little bit of that person still in us as we get older. But you sort of hope you can kind of look beyond, you know, that scrappy maniac that you once were. You know? That's
right. I was definitely
tied to the tree, you know, on a leash.
There's some sort of metaphor in there. I mean, maybe I was just, my whole life I was trying to get away. I was trying to, my mom could not stop me from just running, and I would never stop running away all the time.
That's the best story. I'm so glad I asked you that question. It's the best story, and now when
embarrassing.
I think I'm gonna think of that. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait till we can reconnect, you know, face to face again. We have a long, rich history with you guys and with you, and you're always so much fun to talk to. And congratulations on a dynamite record. And I'm telling you, for those of you who have not checked out the new one from Theory of a Deadman, Say Nothing, you've got to do it. Not only reconnect with rockers via Zoom, but reconnect with some of the music that maybe you have not had a chance to connect with. And, you know, I think now music powers us through times of uncertainty for sure. And this record is probably, I think, your best. It's just a really dynamite journey. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, I miss you too. So thanks for having me on. Thanks for reconnecting.
Thank you for reconnecting. Reconnect with rockers. Ty,
I love it.
I love
the alliteration.
Stay safe too, by the way.
You too.
Why I always gotta be afraid? Yeah, I'm sick of all the stomach aches. Always dizzy, haven't eaten nothing. Always sleeping, haven't seen nobody. Out there living in the Wild West. A lack of confidence is when I'm at my best. Just a burner trying to fade away, like a moth drawn to the flame. They talking shit, ain't quick enough to block it, no. I'm getting it falling down, so I'm staying low. I feel it's all for nothing, I'm feeling all alone. That voice is saying something, it's saying welcome home. I miss my mom, I miss my friends, I miss it all, but in the end, oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning. I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling dead, I feel it's all maybe in my head. Oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning. Body's aching from all the stress. Yeah, I'm dead inside, my skin a mess. Wonder what I could hold my own, but I'm out here fighting like I'm Al Capone. Gonna set it like it's ending days. My mama telling me it's just a phase. I don't know what to do, yeah, I just wanna scream. I don't mean shit to you, I ain't a human being. I miss my mom, I miss my friends, I miss it all, but in the end, oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning. I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling dead, I feel it's all maybe in my head. Oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning. Home alone is when it hurt the most, floating through life like a fucking ghost. I ain't stupid, I can be who I wanna be. I ain't blind, I can see what you're doing to me. This whole planet acting all the same. I feel that no one got a fucking brain. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey me, monkey you. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey me, monkey you. I miss my mom, I miss my friends, I miss it all, but in the end, oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning. I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling dead, I feel it's all maybe in my head. Oh, the world keeps spinning, oh, the world keeps spinning.